The 5-minute rule has cured my procrastination, and today I'm sharing it with you. Welcome back, my friends, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Christy, and I make content centered around realizing that no matter where we are in life, no matter our age, we are just on time to live the life of our dreams. So, my 5-minute habit. There used to be days that I would wake up feeling just a little bit behind and defeated before the day even got started. I would open up my to-do list or my planner, literally with every good intention, and the moment I started making a big deal out of it, thinking how long it was going to take, I would just be like, no, don't feel like doing this, procrastinate, push it off to a later date, and sometimes not even do it at all. And maybe you're in that place too, where even the smallest task feels huge. You are looking, hoping, wishing, praying for motivation, and it's just not there. That changed for me when one day, instead of trying to do everything all at once and overwhelming myself, I told myself, all right, I'm just going to do it for 5 minutes. I'm just going to show up for myself for 5 minutes. And that was it. That was the rule, and it's called the 5-minute rule. The 5-minute rule has cured my procrastination because in my head, I am always thinking, yes, I can do this for 5 minutes, and if I want to stop, that's cool. No pressure. I can stop, move on to the next thing. Having this 5-minute rule got me started, and from then on, anything that I wasn't feeling like doing, whether it was cleaning the kitchen or sending an email or putting on my workout clothes so that I could go do a lift or grading papers, literally anything, I just had to do it for 5 minutes. I didn't necessarily have to finish it, but I at least had to do it for 5 minutes. It literally was a game changer, and a lot of times I ended up doing it and still end up doing it a lot longer than 5 minutes. You might be thinking, this sounds a little bit too easy to be true. How can this possibly work? Here's the thing. Our brains love comfort, and they will do anything to avoid discomfort, even if it means avoiding doing the thing that's actually in the long term or even in the short term going to make us feel better. But when you shrink a task down to 5 minutes, it removes that mental block of just getting started, and it no longer feels overwhelming. Our brains are like, this is cool, this feels easy, this feels doable, I can do that. There is no reason for our brains to fight against us. I do it for everything. Example one, decluttering. Before I really got into decluttering, I would just push it off because I knew the mountain, or at least in my head, there was this mountain of things that I needed to go through. It was going to take all day long, or it was going to take several months or whatever. And I just didn't feel like doing it. And I would say, oh, this is too much. I can't do this right now. I don't have time for it. But there was never a right time. The right time never came. And finally, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do this thing for 5 minutes. I'm going to go through this drawer and clear out whatever for just 5 minutes. I have this amount of time. Let me do it. It really took away the excuses. And I realized that it was something that I could very easily keep up with. And so now when I do it, and even back then, just set the timer for 5 minutes. And if I'm focusing on one space, or I want to do a 5-minute speed clean, I get that done. And sometimes I'll go longer, sometimes I won't, but it reduces the barrier of entry, and I'm not feeling overwhelmed about doing it, which means that I am more willing and more likely to keep up with it. So I've actually just launched a 30-day decluttering program, and right now in my community, we're in this spring cleaning challenge using that program. And this 5-minute rule is one of those activities that I have people doing within those 30 days. And because we're going through a challenge, I'm actually doing it too, and it has been so fun to see other people who are sharing their progress with me, but then also me going through this as well and remembering the things that initially got me excited and pushed me past being stuck. Because the principles that I put in the program, they go so far beyond decluttering, and they reach into different aspects of our lives. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in, I will leave the link down below. Would love for you to join. We're running the challenge until May 6th, and you can hop in at any time. Another way I've used this is in my faith. There used to be days that I just did not feel like praying, did not feel like reading my word, and wanted to get connected closer to God, but I knew that I was the one in the way. When I started committing to just a small amount of time, rather than building it up in my head that it needed to be this extensive thing, those few minutes turned into me having a consistent daily and disciplined time with God, where it's now just part of my morning routine, and I look forward to it every single day. My third example is in my fitness. There are some days that I just don't want to do it. In fact, I was recording a vlog, and I was thinking, I feel like I am a broken record on almost every vlog saying, I don't really feel like doing my workout, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Honestly, that's not how I feel. I think that just when I record it, I make it a bigger deal than what it is. When I don't record it, I just go and do it for the most part and get it done. Anyway, I digress. But whatever the cause of it is, whether I am feeling lazy or tired or just not feeling like doing it, I know that not doing it that one day can very easily turn into weeks of being off track. And I know that's not what I want. And so what I will do more days than not is say, let me just commit to 5 minutes of it. Let me just put on my workout clothes, go get in a workout for 5 minutes, and that is that. Of course, because I'm already in the groove of it, I want to keep going with it. But my brain is tricked into thinking, oh, this is super easy. We got it. Those are just a few examples of ways that I have applied this 5-minute rule. But again, you can do it with literally anything. I love it because what starts as just 5 minutes of action quickly turns into so much more. It proves to you that you can change. You can do the things that you don't feel like doing in the moment, but that you know are good for you and help you to be consistent and disciplined. A lot of times we're waiting to feel ready because, again, we build it up into this big thing that it doesn't need to be, when in reality, all we need to do is take the first step. Committing to just 5 minutes is that small start that really does get the ball rolling. I know how hard it can feel to change your life, to break old patterns, but what makes it harder is feeling like we have to overhaul our lives overnight. That's not how this thing works. You have to start. You have to move. You have to take some action, even if it's just for 5 minutes, because that 5 minutes can be the start of everything changing. If you enjoyed this video and you want more practical tools like this, especially if you are decluttering, go ahead and check out my 30-day decluttering program. I will leave it linked in the description below. It is filled with simple and powerful tips and shifts to help you get unstuck and really just get momentum back into your life. Also, if you're not subscribed, like, what are you doing? I'm gonna need you to jump on that. All right, my friends, I love you and I will see you in my next. Bye for now.